with Judy, my 5-year-old, and we are going to finish our discussion on some of the rides to go on if you're about 5 years old at California Adventure. This is part 2. In part 1, we talked about rides to go on at Disneyland, didn't we? And this time we're going to talk about rides that Judy liked as a 5-year-old at California Adventure, just in case you're thinking about taking your 5-year-old or about their child. Hopefully this will help you know what rides to go on, what rides they might like. So we won't, we'll review a little bit. If you didn't see part 1, I keep a ride chart and my kids write down every ride they went on while we're at Disneyland. For this last trip, we went on for 4 days to Disneyland and California Adventure. We had park hopper tickets, and we only spent 2 half days at California Adventure because there's still not quite as much there as there is at Disneyland. But we'll talk about the rides there. I also have my kids tell me what each of their top 10 favorite attractions are at Disneyland and California Adventure. And so some of those favorite attractions were here at California Adventure that we're going to talk about today. Yeah. The first one that made the list was the Little Mermaid ride. That was her fourth favorite attraction. The first one at California Adventure. Why did you like the Little Mermaid ride?
Because I like it to kneel down to
When you lean backwards to go underwater, is that what you mean? Yeah, because it looks like you're going underwater, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's bubbles on the side, and you can see Ariel on the top.
Yeah. So you get in a clamshell is what you ride in, and it's a really cool dark ride. You go under the sea, you see Ariel, you even see Ursula. But it has a happy ending with all the nice characters. Yeah, Judy? What do you want to tell the camera?
So when you get in your clamshell, they don't just help you get in. You have to choose which one you want. You have to walk to see which one you want.
That's right.
Yeah, you choose.
Is there a certain one you like the best?
Yeah, I like the... Wait, what colors are there?
I don't remember.
I think there's a bluish green.
Yeah, I think you're right, like an aqua.
Yeah, I like that color.
Okay. So that's the Little Mermaid ride. That's Judy's favorite, and most 5-year-olds would probably love it. Another one in California Adventure that Judy likes, her 6th favorite attraction overall, was Jesse's Critter Carousel. That's a new ride they put in about a month or so ago, and it replaced King Triton's carousel. It's just a normal carousel, but it does have some cute characters. Why do you like Jesse's Critter Carousel, Judy?
Well, because I like the cute animals.
The cute animals is what the best part is?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best part. And Daddy.
Yes. So I think most kids would probably like Jesse's Critter Carousel, especially 5, 6, and younger. The next ride that made her top 10 list was Disney Junior Dance Party. Now, Disney Junior Dance Party is kind of a new feature. It wasn't there last year when we went. There was Disney Junior Live on Stage, I believe is what was there last year, and I loved that one. But they took it out and put in Disney Junior Dance Party, and Judy liked it. Why did you like Disney Junior Dance Party?
Well, because I liked seeing the things come down, because there was leaves falling down, it was snowing bubbles.
It snowed bubbles, their leaves came down.
Yeah, you can actually catch one on your tongue and eat it.
So what happens in this attraction, this is Disney Junior Dance Party, is everyone sits down on the floor. There's even benches in the back for parents if you don't want to sit with your kids up front. But you can, I did. I sat with Judy kind of on the floor, and they play music, and the characters come, and you can dance, get up and dance, get your wiggles out a little bit.
Yeah, there's Vampirina, Dr. Stuffins, and Mickey and the Roadster Racers.
Mickey and the Roadster Racers, yeah.
Mickey and Minnie.
And Minnie, yeah. So it's a pretty fun attraction. I'm still a little disappointed they took out Disney Junior Live on Stage, but
what is that?
That's what their show that was there last time. You might not remember it because it was a whole year ago, but you liked it. But another one that made her top 10 list, in fact this was number 9 on her top 10 favorite rides, was Soarin' over California. Now this is a pretty, I would call it a big ride, geared more towards adults and older kids. But Judy really liked it. And why did you like Soarin' over California?
Well, because I got the middle seat, and that's the best.
Oh.
Yeah. And I like Soarin' I like all of them. I like that I had the middle seat, and I like that we went up, and I like that we smelled the oranges. And
you smelled oranges? What do you mean you smelled oranges? What happens in the ride?
You actually smell them.
they put a little scent out, don't they, that you can smell the oranges.
How
And
can you do that?
well, let me explain what's happening, because they might not have ever been on it. They might know what we're talking about. So you sit down on a bench, and the bench goes way up high, and you're watching a big screen.
Before you do it, you get your buckles on in case you fall off.
Yeah, you get your seatbelt on, but it takes you up, and it looks like you feel like you're actually flying. You feel like you're actually soaring over California.
Yeah,
and
because you're actually up.
You're actually up pretty high.
And you see a big TV screen.
You do, and it looks like you're flying over orange groves, and you can smell oranges because they have a smell that they pump into the theater there. So that's what Judy's talking about. But Judi loves that ride, and I'm glad, because it's actually probably my favorite in California Adventure as well. Now, her last favorite that made her top 10 list was the Sorcerer's Workshop, and this is one that we hadn't really ever been to. I hadn't been to with my older kids very much, but we decided to go. And why? Well, first of all, let's talk about it. The Sorcerer's Workshop is a pretty cool building that you can go in. You can see how cartoons are made. You can actually draw a cartoon strip if you want to. You can go to the Beast Library at the end, which has different books, and you can take questions. They're interactive books. You take questions, and it tells you which character you're most like. Why did you like the Sorcerer's Workshop? What was your favorite part about it?
Well, I liked reading the books to see which character I was.
Yeah, Judi got Edna Mode the first time she did it from The Incredibles.
And then the second one, I got Lilo.
She did it again
Stitch.
and got Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, huh?
Yeah.
That's a fun attraction. It's pretty, it's nice and air conditioned and inside in the building if you need to get out of the heat, but it's a pretty fun attraction. Now we're going to go through kind of one by one. We'll start in Hollywoodland and talk briefly just about each one so you can kind of get an idea of what they are. The character close-up, we met Anna and Elsa there, and what did they do, Judi?
Well, they signed my autograph book. If you want to see it in the video, I can bring it.
They signed Judy's autograph book, and we met them there. That's in the same building as the Sorcerer's Workshop. It's also with Turtle Talk with Crush. Now, what about Turtle Talk with Crush?
Well, I like that he's funny.
So
He's really funny.
Crush is funny, isn't he?
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, it's based on the show Finding Nemo, and it's actually a pretty cool way they do it. They have a screen. It's kind of like a theater that you're sitting in, a smaller theater, and you're watching a screen. And Crush comes down and swims around and asks you questions, and you ask him questions, and he answers you, and he interacts with the audience. And it's actually really fun. My 12-year-old actually asked him a question, but Judi liked that, and that's in the same building as the character close-up, as the Sorcerer's Workshop, and also the Animation Academy, which teaches you how to draw characters and things like that, which we didn't go to. Now, another one is Disney's Frozen, a musical spectacular. Now that is in the Hyperion Theater, and it's a play. And we didn't go see it this year, but we saw it last year and the year before and the year before that, and Judi absolutely loved that show. And I actually was kind of looking forward to seeing it, but some of the older kids had seen it a few times. They didn't really want to go back this year, so we didn't see it. But that's also, I think, one of Judi's favorites. We just didn't go see it this last year. How about, Judi, how about the Monsters, Inc. attraction?
I like that.
Tell us what happens. Why do you like it?
Well, I like it because I like it, like there's doors, and like once you drive by them, like someone opens the doors and then like they do stuff, because like I think everyone does it, like just one, but different times when you go on it, I think there will be different characters. I don't know.
There's one part that does do that, and I didn't realize that until this last time we went on it. But the Monsters, Inc. ride is based on, of course, the movies, Monsters, Inc. It's actually, I can't remember if it's Monsters University or Monsters, Inc. I think it's Monsters, Inc. that it's based on. But it has Mike and Sully in it, and it's a good dark ride. It's a dark ride, meaning it's inside, and you go around in a little car, and it's, is it scary, Judi, or no?
No.
Not scary. Judi likes it okay. Judi, just so you know, Judi does not like rides that are loud, and she also does not like rides that go really fast. She doesn't like roller coasters and things. So if your kid's a little bit timid, like she might be considered, then this would be pretty applicable to your 5-year-old too, or your child about that age. we have next Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. What is that? Judy's a little bit scared of that ride. Guardians of the Galaxy, if you don't know, is based, of course, on the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's almost like it's an elevator type ride where you get in and it just free falls, you drops, you come up, drops, you come up, drops. So you don't know when the drops are, you don't know when you're going up. It's even a little bit too intense for me. I chose not to go on it this time, so it's not one of my favorites. And Judy would not like it at all. So next we're going to go over to Cars Land. In Cars Land, one of Judy's favorite rides, I'm a little bit surprised it didn't make her top 10 list, is Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, Jude?
I like Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters because you get in a car, you find which car you want, and it spins around and it moves kind of.
It does.
Yeah, sometimes it makes you sick a little bit, like Daddy. Makes you toss your cookies.
It makes me toss my cookies. Not quite as bad as the teacups, but it can make you a little bit dizzy. It's a trackless system. It's kind of cool, and it just goes around, and it's kind of like a synchronized movement with the other cars around. It's actually really fun to watch. It's fun to go on. Judy loves it, but I think most 5-year-olds would like it too.
And there's like horns that go
beep?
on, like beep beep.
Yeah, it's a fun ride.
Yeah.
Now, next one is Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree is a teacups style ride, and it was a little bit too rough for Judy when we took her on it last year, so she didn't want to go on it this year. It kind of swings you around even pretty hard, so we didn't go on it. Next we'll have to talk about Radiator Springs Racers.
It was a little too fast for me.
What was?
That ride.
Radiator Springs Racers? Radiator Springs Racers is a really cool ride. One of my favorites also in California Adventure. However, it's a little bit fast for Judy. It's part of it is inside, and then part of it you go outside and have a race, don't you? You're racing against another car, and you race around the track and go pretty fast. But it's a fun ride. Maybe a little bit intense for some kids. There is one scary part inside. What's that scary part, Judy?
It's not scary.
Oh, it's not scary inside?
It's not scary.
Okay.
That part. I just don't like the race.
Okay, but the tractor part is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with that part.
There's a part inside that Judy I thought was a little bit scared of. Maybe she's not anymore. Maybe she's older now. But there's a tractor that kind of comes up.
Yeah,
the
it comes
tractor.
up and then like it looks
I guess
like
it's a combine, not a tractor, but a combine.
it looks like it's gonna slow you down because it's actually like a lawnmower or something that mows down the grass, and it feels like it's gonna slow you down.
Yeah, it does. Okay, we're gonna move over to Grizzly Peak Airfield and talk about the Grizzly River Run. The Grizzly River Run is a rafting ride where you go down drops similar to Pirates of the Caribbean, so about maybe 10-foot drops or so. And so I haven't taken Judy on it because she doesn't care for drops on a ride. She's been on Pirates, but she didn't really care for the drops. In Grizzly River Run, I will warn you, if you're thinking about going on it, you get more wet on that ride than any other ride at Disneyland or California Adventure for that matter. It's a very, very
wetter
water
than Splash
ride.
Mountain?
Wetter than Splash Mountain, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay, goodbye.
Next we have the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. Do you remember the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail?
Well, I like that I met like Chip and Dale, and I like the tire swings. Like, there's actually tire swings. If your kids
It's kind of like a zip line, is what it is. It's a zip line.
If your kids like zip lines and if they've never been on it before, you have to ask your kids to try it because they're fun. Because you actually like get on a tire, like hold on, I think, to the rope, and you stand up on the tires.
I think you were sitting down on it. You weren't standing up, you were sitting down.
So I think you're sitting down and you're like going down and you bring it back up.
That's right.
And you can do as many times as you want, but you have to get in mind, huh, Dad?
You do. You have to get in mind. The Redwood Creek Challenge Trail has a lot of fun things for kids. There's rope bridges. There's the zip line. Even my 10, 11, 12-year-olds liked it too. They had fun being a kid again in there. And Judy, it's probably meant for kids about the age between 5 and 10ish, I would say. But like I said, my 12 and actually 13-year-old enjoyed it too. So that's a fun place to go. Next, we're going to talk about, well, we already talked about Soarin' Over California, one of Judy's favorites. And now we're going to move over to Paradise Park. Ariel, the Little Mermaid ride is over there, which Judy's talked about, one of her favorites. How about, oh, the Golden Zephyr, Judy's never been on. It's a silver ship type of thing that you get in and you just go around and around, kind of like Dumbo.
Yeah, it's like Dumbo, but you're not in a Dumbo float.
Yeah, I don't think Judy's been on it before. She may like it. It does go a little bit fast, but she likes Dumbo a lot.
Fast?
A little bit fast.
I don't like fast rides.
I know you don't. It's not. I think you'd be okay with it, but we haven't gone on it yet. So maybe we'll try it next year. We'll see if you want to go on it. I don't know that I've ever been on it either, but
You can come with me in case it tickles my tummy a little bit.
Will you hold me if I'm scared?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. You won't be scared, Daddy.
Okay, I won't be scared. I'll be brave.
Yeah, good Daddy.
Next we have Goofy Sky School, and Goofy Sky School is one that Judy wouldn't like. It's called a mouse coaster if you're familiar with that style of a roller coaster. It's not a real bad roller coaster, but it is up high and it looks like you're just going to drop off the face of the earth sometimes. So it can be a little bit visually intimidating.
I keep going in circles, I think.
And it's actually a little bit rough. My back always hurts just a little bit when I go on that. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit tall with the seats or what, but it can be a little bit rough. Most 5-year-olds I don't think would care for Goofy's Sky School. Jumpin' Jellyfish is a ride I thought Judy would like last year. We didn't go on it this year because she said she didn't like it last year. Why didn't you like Jumpin' Jellyfish, Jude?
Because it goes too fast down.
Okay, it's a little bit like Guardians of the Galaxy where you go up this big jellyfish and then it just drops you down, but it doesn't drop you down fast. It's a kind of a controlled descent, but it does give a little bit of a sensation of a free fall. Not too bad. I actually love it because lets my feet relax from a long day's walk at California Adventure in Disneyland. But it did tickle Judy's tummy a little bit too much. I honestly think most 5-year-olds would love that ride, but Judy didn't like it very much. Next we have the Pal Around. Jude, tell us about the Pal Around.
I like the Pal Around because there's actually stable ones. If your kids are scared of heights, maybe they won't like that ride.
You don't think so?
Because it goes really high up. And you can actually see the pools of
Paradise or Pixar Pier, the water.
Yeah, you can actually see Pixar Pier.
What the Pal Around is, it's a I just have the name in my mind now. I've drawn a blank. It's a no, not a carousel.
No, it's a Ferris wheel.
A Ferris wheel. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you're here to help me out. It's a Ferris wheel, and there's 2 types that you can go on, Jude. What are the 2 types you can go on?
So there's one that swings. It goes like once it's actually moving, they actually swing.
So when the Ferris wheel starts going, there's 2 different gondolas on the Ferris wheel. One that's stable, one that's like a normal Ferris wheel, and the other one is a swing one that when it goes up, gravity pulls it down and it goes back on this track and goes around and around. And I've never been on it because I'm not too much of a thrill seeker, and Judy's never been on it because she's a little bit like her dad like that. So I'd recommend 5-year-olds going on the non-swinging one. You can get you have your choice. The non-swinging line is on the left, the swinging line is on the right, and they're marked. But I'd recommend the non-swinging unless you have a abnormally brave 5-year-old that likes that sort of thing. The Silly Symphony Swings is another ride there in Paradise Park.
Yeah, and it does like a song while it goes around.
The song is from a cartoon from a Silly Symphony called Mickey's Band Concert, I believe is what that's called.
It goes really fast.
Yep. You get in a seat, and this is another ride that you'd see a lot at different theme parks, and you go around and around on a swing, and
like this, like a little fast, right?
That's how it goes. That's right.
Do you think I'll like that ride or no?
I think you'd be a little bit scared of it right now, but I think
is it?
when you get older you might like it. Because it feels like you're flying a little bit, but you might fall. It actually, I don't get motion sickness very often. I said that also in part 1 of this interview that talks about Disneyland. I get motion sickness on Space Mountain, and here I did get motion sickness also on the Silly Symphony Swings.
Wait, which Space Mountain?
You haven't been on it, it's a roller coaster in Disneyland. But so this Symphony Swings made me a little bit sick as well. So I don't care for it very much. But the last thing in Paradise Park is the World of Color show. Jude, you want to talk about the World of Color show?
What?
You want to talk about the World of Color?
Sure.
What is it?
Well, the World of Color is.
Do you remember?
Is it that thing that
It's a water show
by the
by Mickey's Fun Wheel, by the Pal Around.
that one?
Uh-huh.
So it's by the Ferris wheel that we already talked about, and you can see the squirters once you're up, and when you're down, you can actually see the show, but it squirts up.
Squirts water up.
Yeah, if you want to go on the Ferris wheel, well, it does it.
You can't. They have it closed
Why?
because they project on the Ferris wheel, and the Ferris wheel lights up, and so they don't want it going around and around distracting people. So what the World of Color is, it's a nighttime show similar to Fantasmic in Disneyland, although we actually think we like Fantasmic better than the World of Color. But the World of Color is similar to the Bellagio water show, where the fountains shoot up colored water, or at least it appears colored as lights shine on it.
And there's another one that's really cool. Like there's actually a pirate ship. Remember that one?
The pirate ship, that's in Fantasmic.
Yeah, in Fantasmic, there's one with a pirate ship. It's cool because they put ink on the water, I think, or something.
Oh, oil and start the water on fire.
They put oil on the water and then they shoot fire. It's actually real fire, and it goes on the water and it actually burns it.
Yeah.
It actually burns the water. How did they stop it? Did Mickey stop the
It's
fire?
Mickey's magic. It must be Mickey's magic. But that's in Disneyland, and we're talking about California Adventure right now. Alright, so that's all from Paradise Park. We're going to move on to our last land, is Pixar Pier. And in Pixar Pier we have the Emotional Whirlwind. We missed the Emotional Whirlwind by about a week. It opened about a week after we left. Now the Emotional Whirlwind is actually a reimagined Flix Flyers. If you've ever been there to California Adventure about a year ago, it was in a part of Bugs Land. It was called Flix Flyers. It's another Dumbo type ride where you're spinning around and around, and but it's based on the movie Inside Out. And it looked fun. It looked really well themed and really well painted, and I look forward to going on it. And Judy loved Flix Flyers, so I'm sure Judy would love Emotional Whirlwind as well. Next,
It's the same ride, but they just repainted it.
Yep, just rethemed. That's right.
And they moved it.
Next is Games of the Boardwalk. Judy's never done Games of the Boardwalk. Games of the Boardwalk is where you actually shoot a little water guns or things to try to win prizes, to win stuffed animals and things like that.
I want to do that. Can you?
We'll do it next time. Yeah, I do think you have to pay extra for that though, Jude. But it's fun. I'm sure Judy, like you just heard, would probably like to do it.
I think I can pay because I have money.
You saved a lot of money from doing your jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some. Maybe so. Okay. Well, we will go to the Incredicoaster, Jude. What about the Incredicoaster?
The Incredicoaster. Wait, what's the Incredicoaster?
The Incredicoaster is the roller coaster by the Pal Around, by Mickey's Fun Wheel, that does a loop, and it goes up.
Oh yeah, it goes straight, and then it goes up. I think.
Do you like that ride?
No.
No? How come?
Well, because it goes too fast, I think.
It goes a little bit too fast for Judy.
And then it goes up, I think, down a hill, and then back up, I think, and then a loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
And over and back up, and then it goes down a huge hill.
Yeah. Well, that is the Incredicoaster. It's a roller coaster that most 5-year-olds I don't think would like unless yours is very daring. It's a roller coaster you can find pretty much at any amusement park, only this one has minimal theming to the Incredibles. But the next one is Jesse's Critter Carousel, which we talked about, one of Judy's favorites, a carousel ride. And the last, oh, you know what, I skipped a ride, or an attraction I should say, from Hollywoodland, and this one was Mickey's PhilharMagic. What was Mickey's PhilharMagic like, Jude? Do you remember it?
No.
Mickey's PhilharMagic is where Donald Duck is in movies, and he gets to see a lot of other characters that he normally wouldn't interact with.
Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, everything.
He
weird.
He flies on a magic carpet with Aladdin and Jasmine. Donald Duck does. Because what's he doing? Why is Donald on there?
Well, because he's trying to get the sorcerer's
He's
hat.
trying to get Sorcerer Mickey's hat back. Donald Duck put it on him and it blew off and went away.
And like once he had it on, the musical notes, like the musical instruments, like it was weird. It's like a horn came at me and Donald was like, get away from me.
Yes, you have 3D glasses on that you have to wear, and it does look like sometimes things are coming at you. So it can be a little bit intense sometimes for kids. But did you think it was too intense, or did you like it?
I love that.
Good.
That was the best one.
I actually really enjoyed it myself. It's the first time I'd seen it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Now, the very last attraction we're going to talk about is Toy Story Midway Mania. And I am very embarrassed to say that I have actually not ever been on Toy Story Midway Mania because it usually has a long wait, and it's kind of like Buzz Lightyear where you're in Disneyland where you're kind of shooting at targets and stuff like that, pretend gun at targets and things, and that's just not my sort of interesting attraction, I guess. But I'd like to go on it, and maybe I'll go on it next time. I think Judi would probably like it, and most kids probably love it because it's so busy all the time anyway. Someone's going on it, and I imagine it's probably pretty well suited for a 5-year-old, Toy Story themed. Are there any other tips you want to tell the people at home that might be watching this for California Adventure? Anything that they have to do at California Adventure?
What you have to do at California Adventure, you have to go on the Little Mermaid ride, because that's the best ride you've ever been on.
There you have it, the Little Mermaid ride, my daughter Judy's favorite. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you enjoy your visit to California Adventure. So thanks for watching.
Yep.
Have a magical day.
Yep, we're gonna see your video.